Today, I'm here to explain about these limits questions. Actually, I've explained about some limits questions before, so if you have no idea about these, please check out my previous videos as well. Okay, then let's get started with number A. Limit x plus 1 over x squared negative x as x approaches infinity. So first of all, let me make sure the norm infinity. Have you ever heard of it? Infinity means really big number. It could be a million, it could be billion, it could be more than that. Okay. Anyway, x approaches to really big number in this case. So what will happen? So if you just plug in infinity into x, you might think like it's going to be infinity over infinity. Yeah, it is true, because if you plug in infinity here, the numerator is going to be infinity and denominator as well. But what's the answer going to be? You might think you can just cancel out infinity, then it's going to be 1. This is not true. That's because there are two infinities, top and bottom. And actually, this infinity might be bigger than this infinity. In this case, it's not going to be 1, isn't it? So technically, if the limit become like infinity over infinity, you can't calculate it. So the answer is D and E doesn't exist. It's not true either. So what should we do? What should we do is, there's another thing that you need to know, that if like this 1 over infinity, you can calculate it. You can define it as 0. That's because the top is really small compared to the bottom. Small number over big number is getting close to 0, right? So if the limit is like this, you can calculate, you can define it as 0. I take advantage of it. Okay, so let's try to solve it. But for now, you can't use this definition. So what I would do is divide by the highest power of x in denominator. I mean, highest power of denominator is x squared. So I divide by x squared on top and the bottom. Okay, it's going to be x squared plus 1 over x squared over x squared negative x over x squared. Okay, then let me separate this part. Then it's going to be 1 over x plus 1 over x squared over 1 negative 1 over x. If you have no idea, please pause and think about it. Okay, and like I said, if you plug in infinity into x here, it's going to be 1 over infinity, which is going to be 0. So actually, this one and this one and this one, limits of them are going to be 0 because of this definition. So actually, it's going to be limit x approaches, it's going to be 0 plus 0 over 1 negative 0, which is 0 over 1. Then you can calculate it as 0. Okay, So let's work on one more question. Limit so x cubed plus 4 to x over 2x cubed negative 3x plus 5 as x approaches infinity. So let's do it again. So what should you do first is you have to divide by the highest power of x in denominator, which is x cubed. So let's divide by x cubed on top and bottom. The next thing you have to do is separate 3 plus 4 over x cubed over 2 negative 3 over x squared plus 5 over x cubed. And again, the limits of these are going to be 0 because it's some small number divided by really big number, which is going to be 0. So left over is 3 over 2. That's it.